up, you may have thought you had the strictest parents. Trying to grow up in a house with 2 parents, 6 kids, 2 cats, and 2 dogs was not very easy. We were bursting at the seams. We had the smallest big family house on the block. Our house was crazy, even hectic at times, but one family member held us all together. He was a stickler, a walking, talking drill sergeant within our family ranks. It's not that I loved him any less for all that he made us do, I just loved not having the responsibility that much more. I can now commend him for all that he's taught my siblings and myself about responsibility, but at the time, I definitely was not so gracious. Through his monthly chore chart, rotating dish schedule, and a few but necessary punishments, my stepdad, the drill sergeant, made me into the adult I am today. Immediately upon coming into our family, my stepdad made some drastic changes. The chore chart was his first creation. Having 8 people and 4 animals in the house meant for a lot of chores. He created a monthly schedule where all the kids were designated a certain chore for that month, and we had to do it once a week, usually on a Friday, and if we hadn't done it by that Friday, then that meant we were staying in for the entire weekend. So, and they also rotated it, which was nice. That meant we never got burnt out. Wasn't that nice for them? My mom helped also. She made her creative touches in there and renamed all the chores that my stepdad had previously named, which were, dull and drab names. Instead of cleaning the cabinets, it was called Smudgemeister, which was more annoying than anything else to everybody, I think. He didn't stop there. No, the chore chart was only one of many creations. The dish schedule was his second invention, and the daily dish chore was broken down into prep and cleanup. Prep was the cleaning of the dishes that had accumulated throughout the day, helping setting the table, helping with dinner, all that kind of good stuff. And that was definitely the more sought-out chore. The cleanup duties were not so fine. They were the post-dinner dishes. And luckily, you were allowed to choose a buddy to help with cleanup. And being the baby of 6 kids in the family, I was always that chosen buddy. So, much to my dismay, I was always part of cleanup every night. And after all the chores and dishes were completed, we were still under the watchful eye and never got away with anything we shouldn't have. There were appropriate consequences for us, even when they weren't related to dishes or chores or anything like that. I can remember when I was 7 or 8, and I had filled up a full glass of a full glass of milk. And I only had a couple sips out of it, and poured it down the drain right in front of my stepdad because I was done with it. I didn't want anything more. And for the next good month, I think, I had to buy the milk for the rest of the family for a month of 8 people, and it was only $2 a month of allowance that I got, $2 a week allowance that I got. So that was like years built up of just going straight to milk. While this may seem like overkill to a lot of people, it was still a great way to grow up, and I really think that I got an awesome sense of responsibility from it, and I know not to waste anything now, especially our milk. A household as big as ours was not easy to control or govern. It was like a country in constant anarchy, back and forth all the time, but I wouldn't change it for any other childhood in the world. I'm now so gracious for him taking the reins and leading our family in the right direction, and all me and my siblings, and knowing that we need to take responsibility. His inventions like the chore chart, the dish schedule, and just the mild, but seemingly at the time very severe punishments definitely contributed to shaping me into the person that I am today, and I can thank him for that. If there's anyone to thank for my crazy anal tendencies, it is definitely my stepdad, the drill sergeant.
Yeah. So that explains the way you are now.
I
know! Now I finally understand why you're way more responsible than I am. You can stop that now.
Stop recording.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
So,
Woo! I'm done with class!
yay!
That was the last thing I had to do.
Thanks, guys. I didn't drink the whole time. I was like 2
She's
notes.
still